going around going, oh no, I'm doing her. I'm the one that's whatever. Meanwhile, he's seeing me in person. He's seeing us in person. Oh no, I just need time. I need time. Because what he does is he always keeps a supply and then us in a box and he tries to keep the two from crossing. And this time we were like, we're out. This supply is good enough. We can leave with the least amount of. And so that's what we used as our way to be like, but of course, what do you get? You get an narcopath taking credit for, using the system against, making shit look away it's not supposed to. Obviously, telling neighbors, although my other one that's sick with cancer, they know the deal. A lot of them know the real deal in there, right? And they know that we were harmed, abused, etc. I mean, hell, everybody in the freaking community's known since I was 11 what he's done to me and I and everybody. So, either way, he's still doing the same thing. And I don't care what he's telling other neighbors that may not know. It'll always be, I'm the bad guy. He left. He did whatever. But we took his supply cheating thing and the cycle as nothing.
Whoa. Hold on. I haven't looked at the donation amounts. I've been letting the emoji, not the emoji, whatever the thing add up. You have 25, 25 donations so far. 10 on Cash App, 15 on PayPal. I haven't tallied up. All I saw what was coming in on my these messages from here, where it says like, I don't want to put people's names out, but it just says how much they donated. I haven't seen the $100 one yet, but you have a $40 one from SS. You know who you are. Tic Tac. I got the 20 just now. Angela Lee. You know who you are. Thank you for the 10. FL Sun. The 20. I got that. Angela Clark. Julie. People. You know who you are. I don't want to, but I don't see everything. They're all my screen's locked, so it just tells me a certain amount of stuff. But it's tallying up. I promise you guys there will be a tally, and it'll be very transparent. And Jody Sue, just make sure your son sets up a Zelle, or it may take me a night to get the Venmo set up and the money transferred. Otherwise, if it's Zelle, you'll see that I already have Zelle, and I can send it to you immediately. So if he gets that, it just connects and he's all good. And I'll send it tonight, and you just got another $50.
Okay, well, I don't know anything about those things, so you may have to call me after to walk him through it, because even he's like, we've never done things like this, and so I know that as a whole, he did the Venmo while back for his own bank and stuff and everything.
Your Bella sent you 50.
And because he, but I don't know anything about them because I don't have them and I don't,
Oh, Janet, thank you so much. You are, about PayPal. You know that I'm going to be paying a lot of fees too. Thank you so much for that. I love you, Janet. Thank you for that. So you guys are such a good group of people. I love you guys and appreciate Trophy Wife. Says mad crazy love for my Jody Sue. Another $9.99. Thank you so much, Trophy Wife. And we got Sandy. She says for Jody Sue and her son. Wish I could send more, but will virtual hug help? A virtual hug for all of us always helps. I'm gonna hug my microphone because my microphone makes this possible. Guys, a lot of people love and care about you, Jody Sue. And I'm sorry you're going through this, and I'm sorry that there's other people on that hill who are threatening to shoot Don if he keeps bringing their name up. Right?
I'm pretty sure that's probably why they're honestly looking for a house to be bought for them. I think they know, what kind of chaos and trouble.
Yes, you can do a Venmo. The Venmo is in. Okay, it's to her son. what we're doing, Bobby Cat, is we're raising the money for that. And again, the $10 you just donated, I will cover the fees on that, the other 30%, and send that full $10. If you want to, you got a Venmo, Bobby. I know that I can send you. Well, hell, if you can't set up the Zelle, what I can do is I'll make sure that it gets to your son immediately through another Venmo account, because I know I can send it through PayPal or another way to this person, or give them cash. Let's do it like that. We'll run up a tally. I'll help your son with the Zelle, and I'll set up a Venmo. But I know somebody with a Venmo, so if worst comes to worst, I can send them the money, and it'll go right to you, your son. So we're good. We'll figure that
I
out.
sent you his Venmo, right? His Venmo link.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd rather be able to transfer it one. Yeah, okay, cool. KS, by the way, if you don't like it, KS, please stop interrupting Jody Sue. What we're trying to do is figure out how we can make this happen as fast as possible. So if you think I'm interrupting her for a mean reason, you can have a Coke and a smile, and maybe you should go to another channel, and maybe I should just help you. Maybe I will. Watch for the background, bitch. Peace. All right, cool. I'll handle my own like that. By the way, add that to the list I just told you. Okay. So Jody Sue, we got that. Cash App, whatever you guys send through PayPal or Cash App, I could turn around and turn it into a Venmo or through Zelle. It's not a problem. You guys are good. Martha Garcia says I did Venmo. It worked fine. Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you, Martha, for doing that.
I appreciate it, guys.
All right, cool. And then also, if you
use these two as a place that nobody can take from, and nobody can put them in danger anymore from YouTube stuff, and nobody like our monster can ever turn around and say it's not yours, you don't have a home. So
I feel like I did my good deed for the day when I helped that old lady across the street earlier. But I think that you guys should think about your good deeds every day, and not why would anybody, thank you, Arkansas, why would anybody put this lady through this? I mean, look at her. What motive? Ask yourself what motive that would work out, right? What's the motive? If you can't see there's no motive, thank you. I just sent a super chat just now on PayPal.
And you can see by the messages I posted on my Facebook today for years. Like, what, I mean, these people are not my people. And I mean, like, it was constantly like, so why in the hell would I help or, do anything for anybody? I was like, oh my God, these toxic grifters, and they never shut up next door. And I'm not going to help someone like that. And I mean, I don't care if we're a stranger, neighbor alike. I'm not going to help you in any way, cover up something, do something. I'm not going to help and be part of anything like that. I'm also not the type to do anything to a child. And I know our monster, and I just, look, and he's literally on camera, and it works 6 days a freaking week. It's just not, look, I don't, and I've never had a problem being like, oh yeah, the guy smokes. Oh my God, like, which I do. I bitch at him. I know most people are pro whatever, but I'm like, you promised you wouldn't do it again. You promised whatever, but it's like, I'm always saying once again, I'm always defending somebody that it's like, dude, I hated that shit, the lifestyle, his bullshit, somebody constantly being it, whatever. I hated them terrorizing him. I hated the whole damn thing. I hated even living on that freaking road. So it's like, but when you're trapped, man. I don't know what to do.
You're done being trapped. And even if Andy had anything to do with this, that has nothing to do with you, right?
Right, but I'm telling you,
so what? He sold some weed to them, maybe some pills, maybe some drugs at some point.
I don't even think
Who cares? cares?
Like, and I mean, I would first say, obviously he has it, whatever, but I know because of how he was doing things like that. Like, I know, you know what I mean? And he was so pissed because they really would terrorize the shit out of him. And it would be every couple of weeks they'd pop up and they would terrorize the crap out of him on payday. And then it'd be like, it didn't, and then they would disappear for months, right? And then one day here they'd be like terrorized again. And that would last for a week or two. And then they disappear for months. I mean, like, that's what I've been saying this whole time. It's like they have tried, and like the neighbor there said to, you know, whatever, you know, during the well dry there, you know, everybody in there knows they are the bad neighbors. And they have tried to set up in real time, Doug, in real time, even with what I believe to be evidence, they have tried to set up people, everybody but their own. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Like the Knoxville people, those are very much real. There. Why is he not naming those? Why is he not trying to? Why is it everybody else but people we know they actually hang out? People they. Why is it everybody but?
I get it. Well, it's
That's
everybody.
fucked up.
Well, we also know that Don has now gone after every single group of people for possible. Well, he's gone after the Jezebels, the bikers, the meth addicts, the meth dealers, the coke dealers.
But not even the real
Andy.
Yeah, but not his own people, not the pedophiles they've had on the hill, not all their fucking buddies they've had on the hill, not the people they've had visiting from out of state constantly, the weirdos living up there hanging out. None of those. It's been Dudley, and it's been obviously the name mentioned in there today, and you know, as they were told to leave the roadway. Everybody's fed up with it, and they know these people are trying to set them up. And it's like, what the hell is wrong with them? You know? And I've been telling y'all for how long that, you know, here she is video chatting me. What, how long ago now, Doug? And trying to make me change my story, winking and nodding at money just days before the Dr. Phil episode come out, laughing about how Keys is still around, knowingly telling the feds with that call that brought him back, not this time, which was part of it too, but the last time, something she knows not to be true. Our daughter never said, you know, and I mean, she knew, Doug. So for her to do that, knowing it was going to take agents off of Summer's real case, man, is three ways of fucked. And then here she is again, hearing the feds over purse bullshit. I mean, like, and then look at what she's doing the past couple days, dude. She's literally like slithered into my skin. Oh, let me hold a puppy. And even people, if you watch comment sections, are like, man, she just straight up took on Jody Sweet's mannerisms. They're transferring my story to there. I mean, it is mind blowing. It's like watching damn skinwalkers. So that's just what I'm going to call them from now on. But they are very much targeting. And I even put up a message tonight between Andy and I'm like, you know, when I've been telling everybody, I was like, there was really this busted bubble after she'd been buying one right before Summer's Vigil. And then here are the erased cameras. And luckily, I did report those. At the time, both happened. I mean, I think they've been up shit far longer inside there than I put together until the past couple days. There's something very wrong with that hill. Why would you go to that much effort? Why are they trying to set people up? What the hell, Doug?
Well, it's all turning into what I see this happening is we see the protesting happening at TBI, which was an hour long. It was too cold, and it was too cold for somebody to even be out there. But they got enough video of what they were doing, right? Then they moved on to the next location, got enough video of what they're doing. They're only spending hours doing whatever. There's no searching going on.
And how many weeks have they actually fundraised on that, though? You see what I'm saying? They were fundraising for it probably even once your last time. For what? For $400 in gas, a couple hundred bus tickets, whatever means of travel. A hotel room for a night? Well, okay, what the hell? Where's the rest go? What did you?
$30,000 is justifiable, right?
Jesus.
Right? I mean, what? $30,000 to have a nice Airbnb and go and freeze and go warm in a car. I'm not talking trash. I'm just kind of upset because if you're going to raise all this money to go and do something, and you're protesting and you're saying, yeah, the cops were nice to us and this and that, they were nice to you. You guys still didn't know where you could actually stand. You could have got even closer because if there's lights and if there's anything from Public Works anywhere, you're allowed to be there because that's where public property is, along with an easement. They could have been a lot closer to the building. Instead, they were just videotaping for an hour with these different signs, right? They bought a printer and all this other stuff for $100, a little printer or whatever, but I didn't see any signs that were very creative. And yet alone, nobody saw the signs. All that saw the signs was their own cameras, right? So they videotaped themselves protesting where nobody was even home. A neighbor confronts them and says, if you guys don't get out of here, you'll have bullet holes in you by the end of the day. So get it right and get back on an airplane, right? If they don't think in 7 months or 6 months or going on 7 months, right, from June 15th to now, you would think that if these people think they're going to get anything more than TBI has done, or FBI or Hawkins County, they are foolish.
Exactly. I mean,
let's just be honest. I'm not even mad, but we have these creators who are best friends, and all they're doing is fighting with each other, and they're back and forth. Each time somebody wants to hear, there's thousands of people watching the drama go on. I guarantee you, as soon as this thing's done, or as soon as they come back, you have candlesticks and you got Moose Knuckle Go Lightly. Next thing you know, they're going to be best fucking friends again when they get back here, right? The hype up, the scam, everything is working in place right now, right? The battle of the friendships, the battle of the bulge. Don't come here when we're here. Come at different time, and now that they're coming at a different time, the fight was on. Now it's like, oh, I'm willing to work with you. As soon as I get there, I'll text you where I am. If you'd like to help out, let's all work together.
And I've seen this same cycle, like I've been telling people on my own Facebook. I've seen it since September. They, took my 16, lured me in. It is really a manipulation tactic. These rooms where he says there's plans against. I mean, it's this big cycle.
They are talking shit, but they are talking shit about and not all YouTubers make money. Not all YouTubers are monetized. Am I monetized? I am monetized. Do I make money on this like I should? No, because I get struck right away because all these haters mass strike my videos before I even go live. So it takes days and days and days to monetize. By the time that I should make good money on a video, I make $20, $30.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. So people think there's big money here. There could be if you're working the system like all these other idiots. Everybody who you see who you think is a great YouTuber are working together, feeding off each other. You've seen the fights, the back and forth, the this and that, the fallouts, but people are still laughing and working together in the background.
Yep, they absolutely are.
Laughing at all of us, including me.
Yep.
Because I've been outed by people.
How many months have they called me for a year? Acting like I'm doing this, doing that, and I'm still not. My son's getting this tonight, so him and my daughter have. But this right here, it's like I've watched YouTubers get gifts every night instead of their titles and my name, and as I'm on panel, and they do this, and that, and the other, but then they try to use it anything stuff, even my kids' Christmas things, right? And it was done in a responsible manner to where it was merged only, everything was transparent, it was shut down in a timely manner. It was used to eat us live. It's been And I'm like, but wait, you were literally using my domestic violence stuff, which is separate, to make money on. My name's in the title every night, my story, our story, and then you're going to try to offer lies to people like that. And at this point, I'm just like, screw everybody. They stand here, and the hypocrisy knows no bounds. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not.
I've always believed in you, and I've always believed what you're saying, and I believe that people attack you for the surgeries you've had, the different stuff you've had going on with your life and your medical issues and whatnot. You get attacked for a lot of that. I get attacked for being, putting in, I don't know, 70 hours a week on Summer Wells' case on YouTube. Yeah, we should deserve to make money. Do I deserve to make a hell of a lot of money on YouTube? I do. But I do this, and I told these people from day one, you can do all you want. Strike me every time. Make me make no money, but I'll never leave, right? I won't leave. I won't. It's not about the money. It's about these cases. It's about these people. And yes, you don't get close to the suspects, right? But guess what? Don and Candace are the main eye of this case, and Grandis and Hunter. If Hunter's interview wasn't enough telling that their stories are just stories. Remember, if you think Candace ran over there and said, hey, what did you tell TBI, and talked to Hunter and them? The same as Don went to Josie and said, what did you talk about? You got Don and Candace who are not parents of the year, not good people of the world. And then we have someone like you who really has no motive to do any of that, let alone, well, you watched their kids, you helped her out, you taught her how to be a mom for certain things, like owies, and how to, what they needed to do if their kids were hurt and however it was. But you got no motive. You don't. I mean, unless you could tell me one, I can't put a motive into play for why you would do anything, let alone Andy's not anything you are, right? Andy may not even talk to you, let alone you have to stand up for a piece of shit who abused you, and you have nothing to do. I mean, honestly, you have no right to even have to do that. And I know how painful.
I mean, the thing is, if you watch Burger King show, when he got caught lying by Andy called him back, and Burger King thought he pulled one over on Andy, and Andy was watching him. Andy had been warned, and Andy had eyes on him, and Burger King was like, ha ha ha, and goes back to doing what he's doing, and Andy calls him back and goes, man, those are my charges, they're not her charges. And then Burger King's like, oh shit, I've been busted. And then he was trying to do math, right? Trying to do judicial math, and he couldn't make it stick. It's still one of my favorite moments in time. And then the other day, you have him getting back on that front, and he gets pissed, notice, because Andy stopped having anything to do with him recently. Won't be explained like he thought he was going to call him into. And Andy the other day has had enough and loses it on him, but not like Andy can lose it on him, right? And you see an exact example between those two the other day as Burger King and Andy have it out. Burger King's doing Andy exactly like Andy did me every day, but to a lesser degree. And Andy has no idea what to do with that. But he's using the word salad, not getting anywhere, putting words in your mouth, shit, and Andy was, but he still lost his shit. He was like, dude, you're the one coming at me. And it comes out that what Andy was trying to do when he introduced himself and shook his hand, because he misinterpreted what had been sent word to him to watch out for, he thought he should have been looking for Burger King's voice on those death threat calls and stuff. And it's very much them behind those, but it's mini calling, and it's got to do with Hatter and others. It's never the same voice twice half the time. But he wrongly thought it should be Burger King's voice. He was looking for such a reason. He went up and was looking for him and shook his hand because he was trying to hear his voice in person. And Andy says that on the video. But Andy did take exception to Burger King doxing our son. I don't know why. I guess everybody else he can do whatever to hide the kids, but us allowed to. So, credit where credit's due. He stood up for his son, did not want him being doxed and stuff being done to him that didn't belong on. And it was definitely Burger King doing that, just like it was the other day when he left out of state like a coward and posted a picture of everything that can now be put together with this cycle that now lets people, plus Burger King the other day let out the road. And so now you have this, and now I have people in the inbox going, if you'll just do this and kicking indoors that, and they'll grant immunity. I mean, I have online crazies full out. And so these kids are in absolute, and it's just screwed. So I'm not going to let them get hurt because of me speaking out in my voice for summer. They've been through enough, they've been through enough, and they deserve to be left the hell alone. People can eat me alive all they want. They can do whatever to Andy. But I don't need my
more
kids.
More so to Andy than you, right? More. Feel free to do whatever the hell you want to Andy. More so.
And that's the thing. Like, people must be a special kind of nuts. I've been like, okay, Andy is capable of this, this, and this, and here are things I'll never see justice for. Things will never be done. To keep others safe from that monster. But yeah, I'm going to say he's capable of all those things, but then not be like, oh yeah, he can totally be. That right there should tell people something. You know what I mean? You put the right shit on the right monsters. And this dude is literally on camera 6 days a week, GPS on, I can tell you that fact. I mean, you think, look, cops have done had his ass in handcuffs. I'm certain of this. And we won't be all sitting here 7 months later. The thing is, it's like even that interview, everybody's like, well, CM's obviously worked with the police. This and the other. He's turned us over, and this interview's been in police hands for 3 or 4 months. Well, okay, so do you know how long the police have been in possession of messages between next door and there and are aware that Andy smokes? Day 1, second 1. These are feds. This isn't joke time. This isn't YouTube. This isn't have you talk to that they know about. They're the damn feds, of course they know about. You know what I'm saying? Far longer than CM's video or interview. They're well aware.
Well, I believe that CM, a lot of the stuff that he got is being used very, very closely with TBI and everybody else. But at the same time,
well, I'm sure, but I mean, that's the thing. People are like, y'all need to go tell, man. We've interviewed, phone start messages, the whole nine, with no problem. And, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Here my dumb ass is, and I'm the only face right here. I could have maybe listened to the other neighbors who made something as simple as a post. And then had to take it away from the internet too, and has to be left alone. Because I mean, if I'd known, maybe I don't know what I would have done. If I'd known it was gonna be this shit show that may be detrimental to someone's case, then I don't know. I can understand why law enforcement now was bitching about online things. I can entirely understand. And that makes me sad. It does.
This other Andrew kid you mentioned to me the other day, last night. How old is he again? Is he 18 or older?
I'm not sure. Like, I just know that, one of them throughout there, like, there's an Andrew. He hangs out of Breastfield. He was, like, basically the first hunter, right? Well, not first, but at least one of many. But I also don't think he's, the person they're referring to. I know that, and see, part of the problem with this is during this interview with CM, you can see H go.
Kelly.
You can see him right behind. He delineates between the two, the touchy feely guy, right? But he also names him as an A name, an Andrew or whatever, right? And then you have him name this dealer Andy, okay? And so the internet's now trying to convolute the two. The person I believe he is trying to talk about is the Hammonds fella with the touchy feely. And, and then because of things said to me in the background, which could just be people, trying to get info from me, but they're like, well, there's this other person, and where did Dawn take Summer and all these other things. So I'm like, I was like, that's not Andy they're talking about, guys. That's each talking about an entirely different person and putting Andy's name to him as,
The very loud in the house.
And so that's why I'm like, well, okay, that's not even the right person.
So if I were to say, let me be frank with you, and you could be Sally, and tomorrow we switch, what would you say?
About
being frank. Is that the person's name?
No.
Okay, good. Start with an F?
It is.
Okay.
One, but the thing about that is even that person's been falsely targeted. That's not even like a main, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Knoxville, places like that are where I live. But here's this kid throwing out what he knows locally, right? And I want to know why he's helping target people that are being what we all think, including the neighbor there, is false targeting. And
by the way, Don, if you bring this guy's name up again, it's got initials. Well, I'll just give you the first one. It's got an F in it. And if you don't FTFO after knowing that, he'll be shot at if you keep bringing his name up. Leave him alone, Donald Wells.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's like they're falsely targeting, and they're setting up. I don't know. This is such a convoluted hot mess, though. And like
let's just say Andy sold him freaking heroin, crack cocaine, pills, fentanyl. I almost said, well, I don't even know. Probably wasn't even a drug.
Even then, like, what the hell is promoted,
Brussels sprouts, lettuce, carrots. I was just going off. I forgot what I was going to say. I just about off.
And that's the thing. Like, what the hell's going? I don't.
What would it even matter? What would it even matter if he did sell that stuff to them? Yeah, no.
That's where I'm at. I'm like, look, y'all. Andy dumped off our own kids like that didn't mean shit. You really think he's in like what the fuck? Come on now. But I mean, like, it's just absurd to me. I don't know anybody, even major people out here, that are going to take a kid over debts or otherwise. But I'll tell you who does, who I've heard say, hey, there's somebody down the road that has a kid for sale for meth. Well, that would be the Skinwalkers at 110. They know people like that.
Skinwalker. Basically, call me a skinwalker one more time. I'll go downstairs, do a bunch of cocaine, and I'll be up all
I'm
fucking
attached
night.
to it, Doug. These
Oh.
people are creepy. And the more I watched the past couple days of Burger King, I'm like, holy shit.
It's called the Spackle Walkers, all right? We're the
Spackle.
Spackle Walkers.
I like that.
Don't break my door, you fucking bitch. You Spackle walking bitch.
Spackle.
I would actually use that if anyone wants to call. Like if I'm ever intimate with any one of you guys ever in this world, and we're just getting down in it, you just call me a spackle walking bitch. That would seal the deal. Seal the deal. Close it out. I'm a skin walking bitch, spackle walking bitch. Call it what it is. I'll fucking stay up all night, break the fucking door. You know what I mean? I'll beat it up. I'll send you to the McDonald's off Dorset fucking Avenue. You and
I'll be right back, Doug. Hold on.
Right. No problem, Jody. I'll help you. I'm just kidding. Kidding. Never just send her off. Guys, you're amazing. We're gonna do a second stream right after this. I feel like in a couple minutes, once we cut this off, we're gonna go into the second segment to make sure this uploads and that people can see this. And I think this is a great interview. I think that we could not add anything else to this one. And I will go on, and I hope you guys join me. I've already set it up. If you guys want to look, I do have another video set up, a live stream for right after this. I have to tinkle like Bullwinkle, and we'll do so. But we'll come back and we'll review the question and the answers of Don Wells. Again, I'm thinking the narrative, and we're going to talk about the idiosyncrasies of why they're doing this, why they're doing it on the Don Wells website. Spackle walkers. Trust in your institutional cake. Oh, intuition cake. I was like, institutional cake, the one with the file in it. Anytime you get an institutional cake, take the file out, get yourself out of jail.
I don't think that's how it works.
Well, it's intuitional cake. Spackle walking bitch, huh? LOL. I had to type that in here. So sorry, I was reading my personal messages. C-Star says, if H didn't know the person's name was Andy, Andrew, or Anthony, then how does he know that the message was from a drug dealer? Because he is smart. He doesn't know how to tell time, but he knows how to go into your phone and swap them out so you think your phone's in the front, and he can go through your pornographic pictures or your dick pics or whatever in your gallery or whatever anybody else is sending you in your gallery trash. He's a weirdo. He shouldn't have been going through an adult's phone, nor is it any part of his fucking business. Just saying.
And that means also, Lord, like he says in there.
Can you just take this over for a second? Because if I don't tinkle right now, I just may have an accident.
Okay.
All right, take it over, Jody Sue. And Winston, you're the co-host. 1 second, promise. Jody, just sing a song and dance or something, or just tell anybody whatever you want.
I don't sing public anymore. It's one string left. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm not a singer, but you know, if anybody's got any questions down there in the comments, I'll look at those and see what I can answer. While Doug takes a pee anyway.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't wash my hands, but I didn't use any hands either.
How
All right.
How did you even?
The neighbor's door's really upset right now.
You have one of those old people things right there beside the desk, don't you?
I did a handstand. It was a perfect aim.
How did you do that fast?
Well,
I know you have one of the travel pee things.
Drip drying's the worst when you're upside down, though, because it drips straight down to your face. So drip drying is not an option. It was just one of those quick cartwheel in and out kind of things.
See now, Jelly, at least your body still works enough where you can do cartwheels.
Right, I didn't even make it to the toilet. I got pissed all over my hallway. Damn it. Oh my god. Don't break the door. Don doesn't have
Winston's
a-
looking at you like, why can you do that? But I can't.
I'm just kidding. I started peeing as I got there. A guy can actually. I didn't sit down. I really. I only sit down so I have the option to poop, but that's not an option right now, and nor do I have to go. So I didn't sit down to have that option. But if you ever do pee and you want to sit down to pee as a man, so you have the option to poop, options are
I don't
always great.
see what the big deal is. Why are you not allowed to sit down?
Well, options are always great because if you have the option, then it's great.
Yeah, like, I don't, like, why do y'all have to stand up if you don't want to? I mean, why does it matter how you all
Guys, well, this is what happens. Guys will get lazy and you'll never get us back to the bed. Like, we'll just sit down on the toilet and we just might fall asleep there and you may not see us like Allie. Like Allie falls asleep on the toilet. We just make trash there overnight. Guys are lazy. We may walk to the bathroom because we got to go, but we may not want to walk back because we're fucking tired. It happens. Guys are lazy. I used a wet wipe and grabbed my winky and went so I could wipe my hands and my thing at the same time. I had to use 2 wet wipes because it's a little bigger than 1 wet wipe. It's just saying. Back to the show, Jody Sue.
I'm over coughing.
You know what one casket said to the other casket?
No.
Is that you coughing?
I'm gonna have it from my epitaph though. It's just cheesy enough to work, man. You wanna know my mom, one of the favorite jokes she heard it at work when I was little. And it's her favorite joke still. The woman will like pee over it. You hear it?
Tell me the joke.
Termite walks into a bar and says,
A
"Is the
termite?
bartender here?"
A
That
termite?
joke was off.
A
Yeah,
termite would be eating the bar. You know, 2 guys walked into a bar and one of them ducked.
One of them what?
Ducked. Got out of the way.
Oh, okay. That's funnier than the termite one.
So there's a guy. Okay, so a rope walks into a bar. Winston, it's not a Benny Keys joke. Stop it. Stop. I'm not mentioning his name. He usually barks when I say that. So a rope walks into a bar and says, "Can I get a drink?" Bartender says, "You're a rope. We don't serve ropes here. Get out." Goes outside. Rope comes back in. "Let me get a drink." Like, "You're the same rope. You just put a hat on. We don't serve ropes here. Get out of here." It's out of there. Ties himself up, goes inside. "Let me get some whiskey." He's like, "We don't serve ropes here. Aren't you a rope?" He says, "I'm afraid not."
Okay, I got it. See, that's the midway between termite and the 2 guys. See, that's just enough. That's just enough to make me laugh.
Say it's just enough.
It's not super cheesy. It's not super.
That's what my ex used to tell me. Just enough.
Oh dear.
I'm not a rope. Exactly. That was naughty. It's like, what does Hitler tie his shoes in? Nazis.
Oh, see.
It's the only other not joke I have.
Mm-mm.
Oh my god. You did hear Lorena Bobbitt, though, was killed in a car accident on the freeway today, right? Some dick cut her off. Oh, my career is progressing like Michael J. Fox's Parkinson's. It's a little shaky, people.
Aw, oh, Dad.
I had to because my mom had Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and dementia. And when you and okay, hold on.
It's
After 6 years, the only way you really could deal with the pain was laughing.
It's
And
laughter.
my mom had a sense of humor the whole time. And this is really
Boy.
bad. Okay, I shouldn't even say this right now. Maybe I'll tell you behind the scenes.
Oh dear.
This could get really bad. You guys, I'm going to close this show out. I'm going to start another one in a couple minutes. Jody, too, if you want to come back, I want to make sure that this actually is a great stream. I think I should dedicate it to you and what we're talking about. And I think that anything over and above than what we've done here in an hour and a half would be simply uncivilized. Just like
Have we been here an hour and a half?
yeah. Well, I started a couple minutes before you, but it's been an hour and a half. I took a couple second pee break. You took a
6.
sit down
Well,
break.
my dog visited to take a nap. One of them was like, "Hey, Mom."
Your dog?
And yeah, one of them. This time she was going to visit. And
You said your dog visited and said, "Hey, Mom, gotta take a